Do you want to do residential or commercial? Do you want to do new construction or service? That's what we're going to talk about in this video, and we're going to do it right now. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the Expert Plumber. I've been plumbing over 38 years, and I have every master endorsement in the state of Texas. On this channel, I'm teaching you how to fix your plumbing fast and free. If you haven't been here before, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. So residential or commercial, let's start there. Do you think you want to build houses? Do you think you want to build big buildings? Now, when I say build, that's going to be, of course, the construction side of it. So let's start with residential construction. Residential construction is great because there's always going to be houses being built somewhere. The thing is that what you want to do? So for residential construction, it starts with the underground. You're going to do the underground rough. That normally takes a couple of days on an average size house, a day or two. Top out, which is where all the pipe goes in the wall, all the water lines get ran, things like that. That's another day or two, maybe a little bit more depending on the size of the house. The thing to remember is if you want to try to stay clean, you don't want to deal with poop, you don't want to crawl around under houses, you don't want to do things like that, maybe construction is your deal. Residential construction, the neat thing about it, like I said, if it's a couple of days here, a couple of days here, a couple of days here, because after the rough end, after the top out, then you come back and set fixtures. That's normally a day, two, depending on the size. But residential, you're going to have a change of scenery often. The good thing is, if you work all over a large city, you may do a house in one neighborhood one day, you may be in another neighborhood a day or two later. The good thing is, like I said, change of scenery. You're going to get to move around. You're going to get to see different things. You're going to get to learn different things. I always recommend to apprentices that want to get into residential service, maybe they want to open their own company one day, try construction for a little while. That way you can at least learn. You can see what's in the walls. You can see how it's built. You know what's happening. And that can really benefit you as you get further along in your career. If I have a plumber that is a residential service plumber and he's done residential construction, I feel a little bit more comfortable because I know he should have some knowledge as to what's in the walls. That's residential construction. Now, if you really want to move around a lot, do residential service. You can be on 2, 3, maybe 4 jobs in one day. I think I had one day when I first got into residential service where I was on 6 different jobs in one day. Get to a job, knock something out, boom, move to the next one. So that really is a change of scenery. There's a lot of different problems. There's a lot of different problems that we all have in our homes, and you're liable to end up doing a different thing in every house you walk in. At Texas Green Plumbing, we specialize in slab leaks and leak detection. So that's one thing that it's something that if you get on a job, say there's a residential sewer leak, you're liable to be there all day just trying to locate where that leak is, going through the proper testing procedures. Like I said, that's something we specialize in, so we tend to do a lot of those. But we also do water heaters. We are a full-service plumbing company, so we get to do a little bit of everything. That's just one we tend to get called a lot for. So that would be the residential new construction and the residential service. Now, in between them, there's the remodel. Say you've got somebody that owns a home and they've decided they want to completely remodel their bathroom. They want to change the tub. They want to change the shower. They want to flop the toilet and shower and everything else. That's going to be a pretty good remodel job. Those are a lot of fun to do. Lets you get in, lets you tie into the existing plumbing, move things around, change it up, and put it all back together. That's something I really do enjoy. Now let's get over to commercial. Say you're on a big commercial job, and I've been on a couple of the biggest commercial jobs in Dallas. The biggest community hospital, I believe, is just over 2 million square feet, and I got to work on the underground rough on that. I was the quality control manager, and it was a really interesting job. That job was so huge, even the underground was done in phases and sections. So you had to be very good and very precise about elevations and everything done because it all had to tie together in the long run. Then you go, just like in residential, to a remodel. Another big job for me, DFW Airport. A couple of different terminals got remodeled, and I got to work on those. Very interesting because you go in and you demo out a lot of things. You leave the floors, you leave the shell, you leave the roof, you leave the building and whatnot, but you're remodeling the plumbing, the HVAC, and everything inside. So that was really a lot of fun. Then, just like in residential, you've got service work. People have stopped up sewers. People have faucets that need to be changed out. They have faucets that leak. They have different things like that. Commercial service is probably the best way to get the change of scenery and service, because you're going to drive around from job to job. Now, you may end up on a service job that takes a while. I had a job in Houston where we had to tunnel about 40 feet up under a restaurant to fix a leaking floor drain. They wanted to tunnel because they did not want to be shut down, because what they would lose in every hour they were shut down at lunch and at night, we didn't charge them enough. They knew that they could make more money as long as they stayed open. And there were certain times of the day, if we were drilling or anything like that, they may say, look, we want you gone from 11 to 1 or 11 to 2 or after 6 o'clock in the evening. Their peak times, they really didn't want us there because they didn't want us to inconvenience their customers. I understand that. That's the money they make, and that's how they pay their bills. It is what it is. Guys, whether you're doing residential or commercial, please leave me a comment down below and let me know. Are you doing service? Are you doing remodels? Or are you doing new construction? Check out some of these other videos and let us know what you think. I hope you enjoy these. If you do, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, like it, leave a comment down below. I'm Roger Wakefield with Texas Green Plumbing, saving you money one drop at a time.